I have a question from Jenny. My boyfriend and I just got engaged. Congratulations. And my parents want to help contribute to the down payment of our first home. They're going to gift us $5,000 right before our wedding. The interest rate is still low, but the housing market is a little expensive for us. We live in Arizona, and our total income will be about $120,000 a year total. Should we rent for now, or should we go ahead and buy our house as soon as we get married? First, congratulations on your engagement. Second, that's awesome that your parents are gifting you $5,000 to buy your first home. Just make sure this is a gift to you guys and there's no strings attached to it. I know sometimes it could get awkward when you get that much money from a family member. Now, I don't know what the situation is with your relationship, and I'm by no means Dr. Phil, but the short answer is it is entirely okay to rent an apartment or a house for the first year of your marriage. Whether you decide to keep your finances separate or combined, the first year of your marriage is when you get to know one another financially. Even if you guys have been together for 3 years or 5 years, you've most likely never paid any debt or saved for something together yet. You guys will make $120,000 a year total, and that is a really great start. I don't have a premarital checklist created yet, but I'm getting married in June, and here's what I would do. First, I would create a joint savings account to save for your wedding and start saving for your wedding fund together right away. As soon as you guys are married, I would put that $5,000 into a separate savings account to save for a house. Make sure you don't touch that money for anything else because that's not your parents' intention. Let me take a look at the housing market in Arizona here. So the median sale prices in Phoenix in October 2021 is about $404,000 and about $325,000 in the Tucson area. So depending on how much you want to put down for your first home, you should consider avoiding PMI because it could get really expensive in the long term. Putting 20% down for a $350,000 home would be around $70,000. PMI stands for private mortgage insurance. You should also consider what your mortgage payment is going to be like when you buy your first home. You don't want to buy a house that is too much, like costing you 40 or 50% of your monthly income. People on the FIRE journey tend to keep the housing expenses less than 20% of their take-home income. So with $120,000 a year, and assuming that's the gross income, so I'll just say you guys make $120,000 in take-home income. Then I would keep the mortgage payment below 20%, which should come out to about $1,700 a month. That includes your insurance, principal, and interest. And I would also recommend getting a 30-year fixed rate mortgage without the PMI. Second, I would create a separate savings account to buy furniture, appliances, and anything else you guys want to purchase after you buy your first home. A lot of people forget to do this and they end up getting themselves into debt. You also don't have to buy everything at once, so you can save as you go. Third, while you're renting and saving for a house, you need to make sure you guys have fully funded your emergency fund. Trust me when I say you're going to end up doing repairs for your home during the first year. When I moved into my house back in 2014, I had to repair my water tank and garbage disposal within the first 3 months. The cost of labor for these were not cheap. The bottom line is, it is completely okay to rent during the first year or maybe 2 years after you get married. You guys need to make sure you have your finances in order. If you guys are new to my channel, I have a FIRE checklist for beginners and how to get started on your FIRE journey. Your first step is to calculate your FIRE number, which will need to account for all of your discretionary and non-discretionary expenses. You guys as a married couple need to work through this FIRE checklist together to make sure you guys have at least the first 5 steps completed. You can download this checklist by visiting firesidechat.com/contact. I know some people will argue that renting is not worth it when the rent prices are the same as your mortgage. I would argue that saving and carefully planning for your first home could reduce your stress and be ready for anything unexpected. You want to be happy with your first home and it doesn't turn into a nightmare. Taking out debt will only slow down your financial independence journey.